Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Jamie Thomas. Jamie Thomas is the CEO and co-founder of Cognito Forms and is the driving force behind the company's ascent as a leader in the online form building industry. His innovation, vision, leadership, and deep understanding of technology's potential have driven the platform's development, distinguishing it in a competitive field. As a tech entrepreneur, Jamie steered the development of groundbreaking features such as multi-step workflows and conditional logic that set Cognito Forms apart in the marketplace. A significant part of Jamie's strategy was his decision to build a dedicated and skilled team of developers. Their combined expertise has been instrumental in translating his vision into powerful, user-centric solutions that respond to real-world problems. Well, good afternoon, Jamie. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Ron. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. Of course, this is awesome. Get another amazing guest on the show, get to hear their story today. So thank you for the opportunity and making the time.
My pleasure.
You bet. Jamie, we're going to jump right into these questions here. Let's talk a little bit about your background. You've got quite the career as a software developer, a director, now the co-founder and CEO of Cognito Forms. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Absolutely. So I've always had a passion for building things, whether it was Legos as a kid or software as an adult. But while attaining an aerospace degree at UVA, my college advisor saw this in me, and he encouraged me to pursue a career where I could handle building things hands-on that would see the light of day and kind of make a difference in people's lives. He saw that's what inspired me the most. So while in college, I taught myself web development while interning at NCR. And I was able to leverage that experience to get a job as a web developer when I graduated. And that was back before the first .com boom bust cycle that kind of tells you my age at a fast growing web consulting company. I found this was a perfect fit for my passions as I found joy in hearing other people's needs and translating them to online software and seeing the impact they made in their lives. So my success writing software then translated quickly into the opportunity to build software products and even lead other developers in that effort. And I learned early on that one of the keys to creating great software is really about having amazing talent around you that brings those ideas to reality. Often it's very difficult to find developers with the right experience and exceptional abilities through recruiting. So I started a now fairly well-worn pattern of finding people early on in their careers and focusing on mentoring and training them to help them achieve their potential quickly, just as I was able to in my own career. And I found that building a company and a culture of smart, talented, fun, and engaging team members was really, in some ways, more enjoyable even than my early passion of building great software. At the end of the day, even more impactful in the long run.
Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. And I had a very similar background, starting out kind of doing development work, and I love creating things as well. And that's, I think, what really gets people excited about doing something, a sense of accomplishment and learning. So I appreciate your story on that. That's very, very helpful for our audience. Jamie, talk a little bit about your platform here. Your online forms platform touts simplicity and powerful functionality. What makes your product stand out from the rest?
Yeah, Brian, that's really the key. I mean, you kind of hear from my background, I had a passion for building things and saw not just the joy of that, but also the impact that it made in our customers' lives with the software they were able to use. And so as we were doing consulting, we started looking at products in the market and trying to see, is there some product that would help our customers sort of realize their potential without having it be a really expensive process? And so we actually built Cognito Forms because we saw that there was an unmet need in our market to make it possible for non-developers to build software themselves, to find that joy that we felt being able to do it themselves. And while there are plenty of tools making it easy for developers to create software and tools for non-developers to quickly collect information, none of them provided the power to create comprehensive software solutions while also being easy enough for non-developers to learn and use to quickly streamline and automate their businesses. That balance was just not there in the marketplace. So Cognito Forms addresses this need by combining the perfect mix of power and ease of use with a singular goal of allowing anyone to build custom software solutions, no developer required. We achieve this through features like robust yet simple calculations. We kind of joke that we're tricking people into becoming software developers through some of the stuff that they're able to do with that. Support for repeating data, because, filling up spreadsheets is great, but real software is more complicated than that. Simple yet highly configurable drag and drop form building, connected forms, role-based workflows, and also powerful outcomes like custom generated documents, advanced payment, and deep third-party integrations. So, I guess, like I said, as I was alluding to with spreadsheets and stuff, you can easily collect information and fill up a spreadsheet, but that is not software. Real software engages people over time with data to achieve meaningful outcomes. And our goal with Cognito Forms was to empower anyone to actually build that and build that for custom specific problems unique to their organizations to make them successful.
That's awesome. And I like how, we just talked about you get inspired by that sense of accomplishment for building things, right? And you're doing that for people that are non-developers that may feel a bit overwhelmed by trying to learn some code, right? So you've made it easy for them to feel like they could show their skills as well in that development aspect of building things. So that's awesome. Jamie, you're obviously leveraging some of this new and emerging technologies in your business, your platform there. Is there anything you might be able to share with us today?
Sure, absolutely. I think the first thing is I would say is, the time at which we started working on Cognito Forms was really the emergence of a cloud first, methodology. So we were able to build Cognito Forms from the ground up using Microsoft Azure. And for us, that was pretty transformative. We joke that our office is really nothing more than an amazing coffee shop with strong Wi-Fi because we don't have anything in it except for a great workplace. We bring our laptops in, we get our job done, we go home, but everything that we use is in the cloud. And that cloud first approach allowed us to ensure that we have the best in class performance and security from day one. And that continues to be a key component of our success. But one other benefit of that is that, like you said, emerging technologies for data collection, data storage, data processing, they're all available to us. So every single day, we're able to start finding and leveraging, obtaining and utilizing new and emerging technology because it's literally at our fingertips. So even now, we're starting to explore ways that we can actually infuse things like artificial intelligence into our platform. I don't want to tell a story, but I feel like I'm compelled to in this particular question. We had a developer who was even exploring ways to allow people to describe in English the types of forms they wanted to create and be able to have it automatically translate into building a form for them using artificial intelligence. So I guess the key thing for this is that we're always constantly looking at and exploring some of these new and emerging technologies and are really excited about how easy that is to onboard through the use of cloud-based technologies.
That's awesome. And there's been really a proliferation, I'd say, of AI just in the last couple of years, and even in the cloud compute aspect of that as well. AI is just so powerful. We got to keep our eye on it. But as you know, talk about your developer. The CEO of Google said that their AI, I think it's Bard, they ended up learning, they didn't even teach it, but they ended up learning on its own, I think Bengali, which is obviously a dialect in India. And they had no idea that was possible or capable, and it actually did. So again, awesome. But on the other side of that double-edged sword, we got to be careful of what these things can produce.
Absolutely. We'll be very cautious in making sure that with any of this emerging technology, we're using it to help people and essentially leveraging those capabilities and providing that as a tool. Because again, our goal is to support non-developers who aren't thinking about these problems. So we have to think about them for them and make that power available to them in a way that's safe for them to leverage.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jamie. And Jamie, last question for the day. Could you share something from your career experience that would be helpful for those listening in here to grow their career in either tech or entrepreneurship?
I was thinking about this. I've been actually volunteering with a business leadership organization with my daughter's high school, and thinking through like what is the thing that separates people with the passion and ideas from those that actually kind of tackle them. And I think the biggest thing I would say is just not being afraid. Just not being afraid. That's the biggest thing. You have the idea of something that you want to accomplish in your career, whether that's just a promotion or building a software product like we've done. You just got to go after it. If you're constantly afraid of failure, you're never going to try anything important. When we started Cognito Forms, we developed some software products. We've done a lot of consulting. But what we decided was we wanted to build a product that we were passionate about, truly passionate about. So we thought about what was it that made us excited, what made us happy. And it was that knowledge of being able to translate our experience to an expert system that leveraged our skills. So we said, can we do this? We asked that question, that big question. Is it possible for us to essentially build a Silicon Valley style company, a software as a service platform in Columbia, South Carolina? Is that possible? We asked that big question and decided, yes. All you have to be successful in this field, whether that be technology or entrepreneurship, you have to have two things. You have to have the idea and you have to have the right people. And we firmly believe that we had both of those and we got after it. And I think I'm very blessed to be here today where I can say we have a great company, a great product, fast growing opportunities. But it all goes back to that original point you were asking about, is what the difference was. We were brave enough to go after it, and we didn't let our fear of failure hold us back.
That's awesome and very inspiring. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs in our audience get encouraged by hearing some of these stories from the guests on the show. So thank you again, Jamie. Jamie, it was a pleasure having you on today, and I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thanks, Brian. I really enjoyed speaking with you as well.
Bye for now.